Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I have the pleasure of being your witchy aunt. And today I have the ultimate pleasure of bringing you my very favorite remedy for colds, flus, sinus problems, mucus problems, anything chest, head, throat related, sore throats, coughs. Oh my gosh, could you believe something so all-encompassing? It's called red onion tea, or you could say red onion soup. Let's get into it. I have 3 red onions, 1 garlic, and 1 pepper. Okay, so when you are sick, do you feel like doing anything? Do you feel like going into the kitchen and making a healing recipe? No. And that's one of the things that I love about this recipe, is that it's super simple. I just did that, put it in here. I didn't take any of the skin off of this onion. Now your onion might have a little more skin and you might just want to slough off a little skin like this. Here's my garlic, and I'll just take my fingers and slough off the very outer skin that everybody's been touching. And so that's all I'm going to do. Now, I would do the same for these onions. As I said, I just love this recipe. You don't have to work. Oh, now there's some yuckiness in that one. So clearly I wouldn't include that. And it goes pretty good through. So I'm just going to set that one aside. This is just demonstration. So y'all know I'm going to put three red onions in my big witch's pot. Check it out. This is what I call just lazy cut up. That's because you're sick. You don't want to do all that mess when you're sick. Lazy cut up. Also, the skins of garlic and onions have phytochemicals in them that are very good for you when you're sick. And when we remove those skins, we're actually removing some phytochemicals. And since this is a broth, we're going to strain the whole thing anyways. We're not going to eat any of these onions, this garlic, anything we put in here. We're not going to eat it. Just going to strain out the broth. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to cut this lazy style, but it's going to take a little more strength. So I'm going to get some leverage on this. Just maybe turn it around. Aha! I did it. That's all I did. I just cut it right in half, put it right in there. Now, you can make this soup with any onions that you have in your house. The reason that you use red onions particularly is because red onions have something very special in them, which is a histamine blocker. So, red onion tea or soup can be made in 2 different ways. If you are having allergies, okay, or if you are having an autoimmune attack, which is a histamine reaction, then you can just make your red onion soup just with red onions. You can just put a red onion in there, cover it with water, and then you're going to boil your soup, yada, 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 and then strain it and then drink it. You do not need your garlic or your pepper. These are things that I am adding to this because this version that I'm making right now is the strong version that you will use for virus, bacteria, or fungal. It doesn't matter what you have, okay? So anything, as I said, bronchial, right? You're working with virus, bacteria, or fungal, okay? So this is great. Another reason I love this recipe is because it's just for like everything. Like, you don't have to be an expert, right? I took most of the seeds out of that. If you like it hot, leave some seeds in there, but you know yourself. So I make it for my son and my family, and my son doesn't like it hot. So I take out most of the seeds. I probably just left about 3 in there, 3 or 4, okay? But I put the half of the pepper in there, okay? Again, this is the strong version, but if you're having allergies or if you're having a autoimmune, a couple of bad days, just the red onion. Now, if you're having a virus or something like that and you want to make the strong version, you don't have red onions, just use whatever onions you have, because the red onion is specifically for a histamine block, okay? One other thing I love about this recipe is you're not feeling good, you don't want to go to the grocery store, you probably have these things already at home. So this is such a great recipe that loves you up, that says, hey, let's do something simple and really meaningful. Okay, so again, we've got everything in our pot, and all I'm going to do is cover this with water. I'm going to simmer it for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to take it off the heat and let it steep for 10 minutes more. Again, I love this recipe because it's so simple. Now, I'll put that on the oven later, but I made some earlier just for our video here. And now you can see in here, it's called red onion tea, but maybe it should be called pink onion tea, because when you've steeped for 10 minutes, you'll see that the onions have started to lose their color, and the color is infused now into your tea. And it's so beautiful what it does. So now I have my tea is ready. Gonna get my container. Gonna get my strainer. Strain everything. And you can already see that really pretty pink color that it makes. Okay, now, once you're done straining, you're going to add another very healing ingredient, and that is salt. I need a little cup. Let me get a little cup so that I can do a taste test here. When you add your salt, when you are fighting a bacterial, especially a bronchial, bacterial, virus, whatever, that's making snot in your body, making your throat sore, and you're doing your home healing, you're going to remember that salt is very healing, because what it's going to do, it's going to dry up your snot, your mucus, and it's going to heal your throat. Salt is so healing for your throat. So, put your salt in there. Do not, unless you have a condition that you are aware of that makes you have to limit your salt, do not be afraid that you're putting too much salt. Put some salt in there, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to test it. I have the thumbs up from my son for this soup. I have this thumbs up from friends and friends' sons and husbands and all sorts, because this soup is yummy, it's savory, it's healing, it's beautiful. I'm going to taste it. Tastes good. I'm just going to add a little more salt. Okay, so when you're home healing, as always, just like my last video when I talked about the way to use oregano oil as a natural antibiotic, one other thing that I always must tell you when you are home healing is this. When you are using things like this, you also must take out of your diet the things that are causing your body to create mucus in the first place. So you must eliminate dairy and sugar, okay? And then when you're done healing, go ahead back to whatever diet makes you happy, all right? But while you are healing, make sure to eliminate dairy and sugar, okay? Have your eggs, have your veggies, have your fruit, all right? Have whatever. With breakfast, you're going to have 1 cup of this warm, like tea. With dinner, you'll also have 1 cup. Okay, so it's so simple. Enjoy, everybody. Thank you for being with me. If you like this stuff, if you like witchy stuff, home healing stuff, you know, natural stuff, please subscribe. It really helps me out. Explore my channel. This is what I love to bring to you. I hope you're having a great day. I hope that you're doing good through cold and flu season, and I'll be back another time to bring you some other kind of natural healing.